A newly unsealed order in the criminal case against Kilmar Abrego Garcia shows Justice Department officials only pushed for his indictment after he was mistakenly deported to El Salvador. Abrego Garcia was sent there in March despite a court order that protected him from deportation. Once he returned to the U.S., he was arrested on human smuggling charges. Abrego Garcia has pleaded not guilty, and his lawyers are trying to get the case dismissed, claiming vindictive prosecution. CBS News immigration and politics reporter Camilo Montoya-Galvez is here in Studio 57 now with more. What did we learn from this order and how it could impact the government's case?
Well, Lindsay, the unsealed court order suggests that high-ranking Justice Department officials only started conversing and talking about the idea of criminally prosecuting Kilmar Abrego Garcia in April after he was deported to El Salvador in March against that judge's order dating back to 2019 under the first Trump administration, and after Abrego Garcia and his attorneys had successfully challenged and contested that deportation, first in federal district court in Maryland and then before the Supreme Court, after the Trump administration had been directed and ordered by the high court and the lower courts to facilitate his return. Of course, he was only brought back in June to face criminal charges related to allegations that he smuggled undocumented immigrants along the U.S.-Mexico border. The emails also show that, according to the order at least, top administration officials at the Justice Department in Washington were heavily involved in the decision over whether to prosecute Abrego Garcia. On April 30th, one top administration official at the Justice Department in D.C. called it a top priority for the administration to bring those criminal charges. And this is really important, Lindsay, because right now a federal judge in Tennessee is weighing and considering a request from Abrego Garcia's lawyers to dismiss the criminal charges that he faces on the grounds that the prosecution was vindictive in nature. In other words, that the administration only brought those charges to retaliate against Abrego Garcia because he was wrongfully deported and because he successfully challenged that wrongful deportation.
Today is also a crucial deadline in his case, right? What's
yes,
the deadline?
Because Abrego Garcia, you may recall, was released from ICE custody earlier in December after a federal judge in Maryland found that the agency did not have the legal authority to detain him because they did not have a valid and legitimate deportation order to justify his detention. Now the judge has said that they have until today, the government does, to justify any potential effort to redetain him and to explain under which legal authority they would actually do so if they decide to redetain this man and also to deport him to another country, because, of course, the administration has proposed to send Abrego Garcia to a number of African countries. It is unclear what country, if any, they will pick this time around.
Camilo Montoya-Galvez, thank you.